Question number 3 given as find the local maxima and minima if any. Find also the local maximum and the local minimum values. We have to calculate the functions maximum and minimum as well as local maximum and local minimum values. Now the procedure over here to calculate is, I have already explained you before. Fx given its first derivative, equating the first derivative to 0, calculating the value of x, then going for the second derivative, keeping the value of x greater than 0 minimum, less than 0 maximum. Now here taking up the question number 1 in the similar way of example 3, it is given as fx is equal to x square. Differentiating with respect to x, we get f dash x is equal to 2x. Always the first derivative we mark it as 1. Now taking up the first derivative and equating it to 0, we get 2x is equal to 0. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 0. We equate the first derivative to 0 to calculate the value of x. Now again going for differentiating 1 with respect to x. The second derivative becomes as f double dash x is equal to, x derivative is 1, so only 2 remains, and it is a positive 2, so it is greater than 0. When the second derivative is greater than 0, then it is minimum when x is equal to 0. And to calculate the local minimum, we have to take it up and substitute the value of x equal to 0 in the function f. So keeping the value of x equal to 0 in the function, we get local minimum as f of 0, means the function is x square, so 0 square will make it 0, so the value of local minimum is also 0. So this is how to calculate the local minimum. Whatever the value of x we have got it, that is to be kept in the function f, not in f dash, neither in f double dash. For local minimum or maximum, directly keep it in f. Here we have the second derivative to be positive, so it was a minimum value. Now second question of question number 3 is g of x is equal to x cube minus 3x. Calculating the first derivative, we get g dash x is equal to 3x square minus 3. We mark this statement as 1. Now to calculate the value of x, we will take it up the first derivative and equate it to 0. So equating the first derivative to 0, we get 3x square minus 3 equal to 0, and this implies, after simplifying this, we get x square is equal to 1, and removing the square from here, the other side becomes plus or minus 1. So the value of x, we got it as plus or minus 1. Now to check whether maximum or minimum, we have to differentiate 1 with respect to x to calculate the second derivative. So g double dash x is equal to, the derivative of 3x square minus 3 is 6x. Now keeping the value of x as 1 in second derivative, we get g double dash 1 is equal to 6, which is a positive number. So as it is positive, it will be minimum at 1. Now to calculate the local minimum, we will be keeping the value of x equal to 1 in g. So calculating g of 1, it will be 1 minus 3 and that gives us a value as minus 2. So local minimum is minus 2. Now the second value of x is given as minus 1. So keeping in the second derivative x as minus 1. So g double dash minus 1 is equal to, keeping x as minus 1 makes it minus 6, which is less than 0 as it is negative. So if second derivative negative, it will be maximum at minus 1. Now to calculate the local maximum, the value of x equal to minus 1 is kept in g. So g of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 cube is minus 1 and minus 3 into minus 1 makes it plus 3. So the local maximum value came out to be 2. So this is how local minimum and local maximum are being calculated. Question number 3, examples, third part is given as hx is equal to sin x plus cos x, where x lies in the first quadrant. Now again, to calculate here the local maximum and minimum, we have to differentiate h with respect to x. So h dash x, we get it as derivative of sine is cos x, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So we get first derivative as cos x minus sin x. Mark this statement as 1. Always the first derivative will be taken as 1. Now to calculate the value of x, the first derivative is equated to 0. Therefore we get cos x minus sin x is equal to 0. Shifting sin x the other side becomes sin x equal to cos x. Now taking cos x down, we will get sin x upon cos x is equal to 1. That gives us tan x is equal to 1. Now as tan x equal to 1 is a positive number, in the first quadrant x will be 45 degree. So 45 degree means x is equal to pi by 4, where tan becomes the value 1. So we got here the value of x as pi by 4 only one value of x. Now to find it out whether maximum or minimum, we have to go for second derivative. So again differentiating 1 with respect to x. So cos x derivative is minus sin x, sin x derivative is cos x, but minus sign is already there. So the second derivative becomes minus sin x minus cos x. Now keeping the value of x as pi by 4 in the second derivative, we get h double dash pi by 4 is equal to minus sin pi by 4 minus cos pi by 4. Sin pi by 4 value is 1 upon root 2. Cos pi by 4 value is also 1 by root 2. So minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 gives us minus 2 by root 2. Cancellation gives us minus root 2. Now as the second derivative is negative, it will be less than 0. And as the second derivative is less than 0, it is maximum at x equal to pi by 4. Now calculating the local maximum, we need to substitute this value of x equal to pi by 4 in the function h. So keeping x as pi by 4 in h for local maximum and calculating sin pi by 4 plus cos pi by 4, we get 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2, that is equal to 2 by root 2. Cancellation will give root 2. So the local maximum at x equal to pi by 4 is root 2. Question number 4. of example number 3 is fx is equal to sin x minus cos x, where x is lying in all the 4 quadrants. 0 to 2 pi means all the 4 quadrants. So again, to calculate the value of x here and local maximum and minimum, we begin with taking out the first derivative. The first derivative is sin x is cos x, minus cos x is minus sin x. So minus and minus makes it plus sin x. So f dash x is equal to cos x plus sin x. This statement we will mark it as 1. Now to calculate the value of x, the first derivative is equated to 0. So we have taken up cos x plus sin x equal to 0. Shifting cos x the other side, it becomes sin x is equal to minus cos x. Taking cos x down the other side, it becomes sin x upon cos x is equal to minus 1. Sin by cos is 10x, so that makes it 10x is equal to minus 1. Now as 10 is negative, then 10 becomes negative in second and fourth quadrant. So x will lie in second and fourth quadrant. Now 10 takes the value 1 when it is pi by 4. So the second quadrant is expressed as x minus pi by 4. Taking out the LCM gives 3 pi by 4 as the value when it is lying in the second quadrant. In the fourth also it is negative, hence the fourth quadrant is expressed as 2 pi minus pi by 4, that gives 7 pi by 4 after taking out the LCM. So when fourth quadrant is there, x takes the value 7 pi by 4. So we have here total 2 values of x. One is 3 pi by 4, another is 7 pi by 4. Now for going for minimum and maximum value of the function, we get here differentiating 1 with respect to x. If we differentiate 1, then we get it here as cos x derivative is minus sin x and plus sin x derivative is cos x. So second derivative we get it as minus sin x plus cos x. Now keeping the value of x as 3 pi by 4. So f double dash of 3 pi by 4, we get minus sin 3 pi by 4 plus cos 3 pi by 4. Now sin 3 pi by 4 comes in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sin is positive and pi by 4 means sin value becomes 1 by root 2. Negative sign remains as it is. Now cos in the second quadrant is negative, hence cos pi by 3 pi by 4 gives us minus 1 by root 2. Calculating this as minus 2 upon root 2, we get the answer as minus root 2. Now as the value of second derivative is less than 0, then in that case we get it to be function is f becomes what? Less than 0. So it becomes maximum at x equal to 3 pi by 4. Now to calculate local maximum, we have to substitute the value of x as 3 pi by 4 in f. So substituting the value, f 3 pi by 4 is equal to sin 3 pi by 4 minus cos 3 pi by 4. Now sin in the second quadrant is positive, so it gives us directly 1 upon root 2. Cos 3 pi by 4 in the second gives us minus 1 by root 2. So minus and minus makes it plus. So we get here plus 1 by root 2. 2 upon root 2 will give us root 2 as the value of local maximum. Now taking up x equal to 7 pi by 4 and keeping in the second derivative, minus sign 7 pi by 4 plus cos 7 pi by 4. Now 7 pi by 4 lies in fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant sign is negative. So we get here minus 1 by root 2 as the value of sine 7 pi by 4. So minus 1 by root 2 plus cos is positive in fourth quadrant. Hence we get it directly 1 by root 2. So 1 upon root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 makes it 2 by root 2. Cancellation gives us only root 2. Now the second derivative at 7 pi by 4 is positive, that is root 2 is greater than 0. Therefore x is minimum or f is minimum when x becomes 7 pi by 4. So we get the value of f as minimum when it is 7 pi by 4. Now calculating local minimum by keeping the value of x as 7 pi by 4 in f, in the original function f. So keeping that, we get f of 7 pi by 4 is equal to sine 7 pi by 4 minus cos 7 pi by 4. Sine is negative in fourth quadrant, so we get minus 1 by root 2. Cos is positive in fourth quadrant, so minus sign is as it is. The value of cos becomes 1 by root 2. Minus 1 makes it minus 2 by root 2. Cancellation gives us minus root 2. So the local minimum is minus root 2 at the point 7 pi by 4. So this is how the local maximum and minimum for trigonometric functions can be calculated if the interval is given. Question number 5th of example number 3 is given as fx is equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 15. Again taking up the same procedure of differentiating it with respect to x, first derivative, we get 3x square minus 12x plus 9. Taking out 3 common, f dash x becomes 3x square minus 4x plus 3, and the first derivative we mark it to be equal to 1. To calculate the value of x, first derivative is equated to 0. So equating the first derivative as 3 into inside the bracket x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Taking 3 the other side, we get x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Going for splitting of the middle term, the splits are minus 3 and minus 1 equal to 0. From the first two terms, taking out x common, we get x minus 3. And from the last two terms, taking out 1 common, again we get the bracket as x minus 3 equal to 0. Therefore, we get two values of x here as x equal to 1 and x equal to 3. So two values of x we have got it. Now to find it out for which value of x it is maximum and minimum, we'll have to go for the second derivative. Now differentiating 1 with respect to x, we get f double dash x is equal to 3 2x minus 4. Taking up 3 inside the bracket, multiplying, we get f double dash x is equal to 6x minus 12. Now we have to keep the value of x is equal to 1 in the second derivative and calculate it. So f double dash x for 1 becomes 6 minus 12, that is minus 6, which is less than 0. Therefore f is maximum at x equal to 1. After knowing at which point it is maximum, to calculate the local maximum, x equal to 1 will be kept in f. So keeping in f, we get f of 1 is equal to 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus 15. So that gives us the answer as 19. Now local maximum we have calculated for x equal to 1. Now taking up the second value of x equal to 3 and keeping in second derivative, we get f double dash 3 is equal to 18 minus 12, that is 6, which is positive. So f is minimum at x equal to 3. Therefore the local minimum value will be keeping the value of x equal to 3 in f. So keeping that value, we got 27 minus 54 plus 27 plus 15 after putting the value of x equal to 3 in f. And calculating this, we get the answer as local minimum 15. So this is how local maximum and minimum are calculated by knowing the value of x. Question number 3 is sixth one. The function is given as g of x is equal to x upon 2 plus 2 by x, x greater than 0. Here also we need to calculate local maximum and minimum. So differentiating with respect to x, g dash x is equal to x derivative is 1, so we get 1 by 2, and derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. So we will get 1 by 2 minus 2 upon x square. This statement will mark it as 1. Now equating the first derivative to equal to 0 for calculating the value of x, we get 2x square. 2 by x square is equal to half. Going for cross multiplication, we'll get x square is equal to 4. Therefore, the value of x is equal to plus or minus 2. So two values of x we got it here. Now to find it out maximum and minimum, we'll go for the second derivative. So differentiating 1 with respect to x, we get g double dash x is equal to half derivative is 0. So minus 2 as it is, d by dx of x raised to minus 2, because x is in the x square is in reciprocal form, so we have taken up, so it becomes x raised to minus 2. Calculating the derivative of x raised to minus 2 as minus 2 x raised to minus 2 minus 1, multiplying we get, that is, we have got it here as by multiplying both, minus 2 into minus 2 is 4, x raised to minus 3, and x, as it is x raised to minus 3, we have to write it in the reciprocal form as g double dash x is equal to 4 upon x cube. Now we have got second derivative value, that is 4 upon x cube. Now taking up x equal to 2, and keeping in second derivative, we get 4 by 8, that is equal to half, which is positive. As it is positive, it will be minimum at x equal to 2. Now to calculate local minimum, the value of x equal to 2 is kept in g of x. So g of 2 becomes 2 upon 2 plus 2 upon 2, that makes it 2. Instead of f, write here g. And for x is equal to minus 2, keeping it in second derivative, we get 4 upon minus 8, and that gives us minus half, which is less than 0. Therefore maximum at x equal to minus 2. Now for local maximum, we'll keep the value of x equal to minus 2 in the original question, that is g of minus 2. Instead of f, g is to be written here. G of minus 2 is minus 2 upon 2 plus 2 upon minus 2. That makes it minus 1 plus minus 1. So minus 1 makes it minus 2. The value of as local maximum at x equal to minus 2.